I'm Osborne Foreman, and today I wanted to give you an update on where I've been and why I haven't been uploading as of late. Sure, you may have seen that I've been uploading the portfolio update series, but there's been no stock analysis and no other midweek content. So I thought I would dedicate this video here to explain what's going on behind the scenes so that you may understand more, and hopefully it will resume to normal shortly. Firstly, I want to talk about my health, and you may have noticed if you're a keen viewer of the channel that in the portfolio updates I had mentioned some health issues or underlying health issues that were being addressed. I have two core health issues, or I should say three, two of them in particular. Firstly, I had to see the doctors, and that was a week ago on Monday, I believe. I had seen him for two different reasons. Firstly, my skin, and if you've noticed, skin hasn't really been one of my better properties of my physical form. I say that as if I'm some alien, maybe I am. The point is, regardless, is that I have areas of skin that are just really dry and discoloured. I figured that I should just explain this to you, and so that's something that's been on my mind, and as of late it has been expanding and spreading. So I'm going to be seeing a dermatologist, I believe, shortly enough. Another health concern was stress, or I believe hand jitters. Now, at the moment I'm fine, and in the last few weeks it's been minimal. So it might suggest that cutting out caffeine a few weeks ago has certainly alleviated these problems. But just to be safe, I'm going to get a blood check in the next 2 weeks to get it confirmed, to work out if there is any underlying health problems. And it's very likely there isn't, and it's probably just some symptoms of stress. But because of these symptoms of stress, I had decided to cut down on the YouTube channel for a temporary moment, so that hopefully I could preserve the longevity of the channel and not burn out, as I had been getting symptoms of burnout. This would mean that I'd feel drained, less motivated to work and create YouTube videos, but also at the same time, I could feel like external symptoms such as clenching my jaw, nearly grinding my teeth in a way. And so before letting this get too far, getting stressed and probably looking visibly demotivated in videos, I decided that I needed to just step back for a week or two. And that's what I've done so far. And it's actually been really good. I feel refreshed, I feel motivated once more, and I'm happy to jump back into it. Although one of the things I will address are some changes I will make to the channel going forward. Since I want to keep my health in good shape, I mean, I hope we all do, I do want to make some changes to the channel that would hopefully mean that there is better content, but also less stress on my behalf. That first change will be changing from 3 videos a week to 2 videos a week. What I'd noticed is that whilst I would probably say the highest quality video of the week was the portfolio update, and then the other 2 videos were, they could be good at times, and sometimes they just weren't a quality that I would like to upload to the channel. So I've decided that if I only upload 2 videos a week, I can put as much effort as possible into them and make them as high quality as possible, so that the videos coming from this channel are high quality in my opinion and would be worth watching, for example. This also means that I have less stress in looking for topics of videos. And I'm sure other content creators out there will say that it's very difficult to think of new topic ideas, especially when you believe that you've expanded out so far. And so that's what one of the issues is that the stress of having to come up with new, engaging topics, especially because the stock market changes so much on a daily or even weekly basis. Some topics you might have wanted to say in the last week, you might have been talking about the correction. Well, we've had quite a significant bounce back, and perhaps that correction is less relevant now. I'm also going to be adding a new series. This is because I'm still behind on the comments, and I am trying to get back to them. I believe I'm 3 or 4 days behind, and I will try and claw through that tomorrow. But the idea is that it may be a point where I may not be able to respond to all of the comments with as much detail as I'd like. And I have noticed a few comments that have been in the same question, for example. So I would like to create a new series, like a Q&A series, in which the more commonly asked questions I could then answer in a video in much like this format and explain my thoughts behind it. For example, next week I would like to do on my own risk tolerance and how I'm able to maintain such a high risk tolerance, and I hope that would be interesting, for example. So if you had questions, or even like the stockbroker I use, I could dedicate a video to that, and I could then explain why I use them and such and such. I hope that this would give a more diverse appeal to the channel, meaning that not only do you see my portfolio updates and my mindset in investing, but also more commonly asked questions that may be more needed for those viewers that perhaps are newer to the investing scene, or perhaps have just been very curious about them. I'm hoping these will be made into shorter videos that are perhaps more quality, so that you can get the value out of them fairly quick and then move on with your day. You will also notice that there is a series I have cut back on and I have mentioned in the past, and that is the stock analysis series. Yeah, it's very unlikely I'm going to be continuing the series, and in fact, it may be the end of the stock analysis. Creating new weekly stock analysis videos is really draining. You have to research the company, you have to look at their business model, you have to really dive into this company. And I would give myself a day to make these videos because I was uploading 3 times a week. And so if I had a day to do each of these videos, it meant I also had time to do other things. Fortunately, I'm furloughed at the same time, but if I was working full time during this period, I likely would have got stressed out very quickly. So in order to future-proof the channel once more, I'm going to be cutting back on this series. I may in future return to a monthly or perhaps a regular update to these series and when we see more popular stocks available, and then I may cover them then and there. But I will be continuing the series in a written format on the Patreon, which I have launched this week and it is available now. And the Patreon, I believe, is a great way that I can continue adding value to the audience that are more interested in financially supporting the channel as well, so that I can continue creating content and hopefully in the more long term then move away from my full-time job, which, if you don't already know, I do work in a pub. I am furloughed at the moment, but I will likely be returning to work in the next month or so. I hope that the Patreon kind of closes the gap that has been left open by the stock analysis series. Sorry, my hair is getting very annoying. And hopefully I can continue on with this series, but then only specific people that are interested in it can then jump into it. But I also hope that the older stock analysis series will still be seen as a valuable learning tool on the video format, all the nice voice crack there, on that video format, so that hopefully you may see how I look at a company and it may help in the future. With the Patreon, I've listed 4 core benefits, and I hope that there's enough value in this, as I'm quite a value-centered person and I wouldn't subscribe to something that I don't see sufficient value in. All I ask is that there's £5 a month, and there are 4 core benefits, as I've mentioned. You get full access to the portfolio activity, so any stock purchases or sales or trades that I make in the portfolio, as well as my holdings, will be updated on a daily basis. Although if I don't make any trades on a given day, I will not make an update. That way you'll have about a 5 to 6 day advantage, as I usually do purchase on a Monday, compared to the Sunday portfolio update, so that you may know quicker when I'm making these decisions and why. There'll also be a few notes as to why I may be purchasing these stocks or what I may be continuing to be doing in the week. Then we also have exclusive access to the Discord. Yes, I do have a Discord server, and yes, it is public. I don't want to turn that from a free Discord server into a freemium one. However, what I've done is I've tried to merge the two. So there's a great community already there with over 350 members, but I'd also like to combine the Patreon with the Discord. And I've created an exclusive Patreon role, which are the board members, which I think is quite a cheesy name, I know, but sure. And there's also an exclusive Patreon chat, which you'll be able to join in, ask questions. More specifically, if you'd like to ask me a question, there's going to be an AMA or an Ask Oz chat, in which you can post your questions, tag me in the Discord, and I'll respond to it when I can, hopefully meaning that once, or if I'm unable to keep up with comments, I'll be able to put more of a priority into focusing on responding to Discord messages. Also, that's where the written stock analysis will be, which will be updated on a monthly benefit, or the 4th benefit of the Patreon, which I hope would have enough value. And it will be monthly for now, because written format will literally half the time I have to spend in looking at stocks or writing up a stock analysis, so I don't have to record and edit it and upload it as well. I hope that that would hopefully continue the series, and then if I do find an interest again, I'm no longer burnt out, I may go back to doing weekly stock analysis. This also means I can dive into more speculative or more AIM stocks that perhaps don't matter about the level of clicks on YouTube, for instance, and thus there is more of a motivation to find higher quality stocks rather than that of clickable video topics, which may be a bias that may be in place subconsciously when uploading stock analysis videos. I will leave the link in the description down below to the Patreon, and it is £5 a month, but what you can do is the payment is taken at the start of every month. So if you signed up to the Patreon now, checked out the benefits, found out that it isn't for you, if you cancel it before the end of this month, then it won't charge you anything. Although I do hope that you don't abuse the system, as it does seem a bit abusable. Other than that, from next week onwards, I'm hoping to go back to 2 videos a week, continuing this new Q&A series and also continuing the portfolio updates, which, no matter the situation, I hope to always upload a portfolio update for a given week unless specified otherwise, as I feel that it is certainly the core aspect of the channel. I thank you all for watching the video and keeping up. I hope you're all well, and if you're interested in my stock market Q&A that I done about 3 weeks ago, then click the card at the top right of the video. Thank you once more for watching. Have a great day.